Well, good morning. How you guys doing today? I'm doing great. I'm here at my house in Ely, having my morning cuppa. PG tips this morning, really being British. And sitting here like I usually do when I'm here in Ely in the mornings, just looking out the big picture window, watching the morning unfold. Oh, it's so nice. So nice. I still can't believe this. Anyway, today is February 5th, Friday, February 5th. How's that for alliteration for you? Friday, February 5th. And, it's been almost a month now since the last time I put out a video, and that one was actually filmed last year, at the end of the year. So I thought it was about time I gave you an update on what's been going on. And the first thing I want to do is talk about my wife's situation, about her cancer. She went to a couple of oncology visits during the month of January, the last one being right at the end of January. And it was determined that she does not need chemo. Doesn't need radiation, doesn't need chemo. So that was a huge relief. Oh, that was so fantastic. Such fantastic news to hear. So, of course, she has other health issues that are being taken care of. She's losing all her teeth. In fact, actually, I have to go back to Rochester on Monday to take her in to have a tooth extracted. She always insists on getting gas, getting knocked out. So, of course, I have to go and drive her to the dentist and back, or the surgeon and back every time. So I have to be back in Rochester on Monday. She also is obviously going to need another hip replacement pretty soon. She's already had one knee replaced and a hip replaced, but she's got another hip going, and I don't think it's going to be long before she's going to need a knee replacement. The big question is whether it will be the one that was already replaced, needing to be done again, or whether it's the other one, or maybe both. Anyway, not at the same time, but time will tell. But anyway, she'll be once again in and out of the hospital a few times, getting various parts of her body, parts of her legs taken care of. So anyway, in the meantime, I'm up here by myself this time. I've been spending, about half of my time this year up here, half of it back in Rochester. So tomorrow I'm going to head back to Rochester and spend a week back there. Got her appointment on Monday. I'm working at the gallery on Friday and Saturday. So, and I've got other things I need to do in Rochester anyway, so I'll work feverishly to get them done. And then either next Sunday or Monday, she and I both will be heading up here. Things are progressing on our house here. We've got the building permit now for doing the remodel of that bedroom into a bathroom. Work on that should start 2 weeks, or when we're up here that next time. Just over a week from now, I guess that will be. I've been scraping wallpaper like crazy, and I now have the dining room. At least all the wallpaper is stripped. I've still got to wash the walls and do the final prep. But hopefully when my wife and I are up here next time, we're going to be starting to slop some paint on the walls and really make advance on making this place into our place. But of course it hadn't all been work while I've been up here, or even when I've been in Rochester. Back at the beginning of January, I managed to get out. We had a sequence of days across the whole state, across the North Midwest actually, of a lot of rye mice. A lot of people were calling it hoarfrost, but I guess it was rye mice. It still is pretty no matter what you call it. But anyway, we had a series of days we were getting rye mice right at the beginning of the year. And we had a particularly nice sunny day while we had ice on the trees, so I managed to get out and get a few shots right around Rochester when I did that. Right after that, I came up to Ely, and we had rye mice up here. I didn't get the sunshine with it, unfortunately, but I got some shots up here too. Then I went back to Rochester, the next trip up to Ely, which Pat was with me again. I took a day off and went down to the North Shore. Had a fantastic day down there. Started out kind of cloudy, but it ended up sunny, and it was pretty mild. Highs were right in the upper 20s, I think, if I remember right. Pretty mild day. Hardly any wind. And despite the fact that there wasn't any wind, waves started building up on Lake Superior. It must have been windy somewhere else, the other end of the lake or something. But it started out pretty calm in the morning. Waves started building towards the afternoon, so they're not tremendous waves, but enough that I was able to get some pretty nice pictures of wave action. And then, so then after that, I headed home. The next time I was up here, I actually did a 2-night winter camping trip, just barely into the Boundary Waters, with Brian Johnson, whom you guys might know is Minnesota mostly. He has a YouTube channel. I'll put a link below. He and I did a trip together. Unfortunately, it was pretty cold on that trip, so between exhausted batteries and frozen fingers, didn't get the footage that I really wanted to. So yeah, the sun is just coming up over those trees out there. Not a real spectacular sunrise this morning. We had a really beautiful one a couple of mornings ago, but sun's just starting to come up. And it looks a lot warmer than it is and what it's going to be. So yeah, I'm escaping southwards to Rochester tomorrow. Not that it sounds like it's going to make a lot of difference. Maybe a little bit less cold down there, but at the same time, it's probably going to be windier. So don't think it's not going to be comfortable to be outside for very long, no matter what. So yeah, this is what I do. I have my breakfast. I sit here with my cup of tea, and I watch the morning unfold. And life is good. Doesn't matter what's happening the rest of the day or whatever, but my morning routine, yeah, while I'm up here, this is what it is. like I said, life is good. Life is great. As I said in a previous video, definitely one of my first priorities in the spring is to get out there and get these windows washed, because I don't have a clear view there. It's obvious from tracks through the snow that we do get deer coming across our yards or coming through our yard frequently, mostly down the sides, not really across the backyard, but down the sides of the yard. I have yet to see one, but they're there. At least I've yet to see one in the yard. I've seen them in the area, but not in the yard. Well, one of these days, one will go jumping, running across. See a few ravens flying past once in a while. Not really a lot for wildlife yet, but once I get a couple of trees planted in the backyard and start putting out bird feeders and things like that, it'll start getting more active. I just love it here. I can't believe it. So, some other things. Okay. You may or may not have noticed this thing sitting over here on this table. My last video, I talked about the fact that I had a Christmas present that needed to be returned. And this is it. Not the camera. So what the camera's mounted on. This is a gimbal. And I don't know if you can see, but as I do this type of thing, at least this way, the camera stays in place. It stays level. There's no vibration, so as I'm walking along holding this, there's not going to be any, I mean, yeah, there'll be some up and down like that, but the camera will be a lot more stable. The other thing is, if I mount this on my canoe, when I do those side shots, you know, the camera is going to stay level. And so that might help eliminate, it should help eliminate some of that flex shore that some people have noted on my videos. Unfortunately, even though this is a miniature version of one of these, they do come a lot bigger than this. It is heavy, it is bulky, so I'm not quite sure how well it's going to work for canoe trips, but at least when I'm out doing an evening paddle or something like that, I should be able to take this along. I got one that has fairly long battery life, so you know, if I do take it along on a trip, it should last for a while without having to be recharged. Unfortunately, it does not have replaceable batteries. So when it's out of power, I actually have to charge it up, and it's not usable. But anyway, like I said, this should help make some of my action shots a lot smoother. It'll also get rid of the clicking sounds that some people have noticed, because unfortunately these cameras that I have, let me turn this back off in a minute. As I move them around, as you can hear, probably hear, it clicks. And that's where a lot of the extraneous noise comes from, especially when I'm portaging. A lot of that is because the camera is clicking. And so, I mean, yeah, I had paddles banging and stuff like that at one time too, and I pretty much have that taken care of. But the clicking noise was coming from the cameras. So now, I'm not. I doubt that I'll use this when I'm portaging. It's just so heavy. But at least when I'm walking through the woods and taking video, since the camera's going to be more stabilized, there won't be that clicking noise going on when I'm filming. So that ought to be goodness. I think this is going to help. Like I said, I'm not going to use it in all situations, but in a lot of places, a lot of situations, I am going to use it. I can also, let me turn it back on again. There's some buttons for controlling things here, so I can be sitting here with it on, and I can actually then do some panning. I think you can see that. Nice and smooth. I can control the speed, just like a little joystick type of thing here. Also make it go down and up. Nice and smoothly. Like I said, for a panning shot, no problem. Nice and smooth. And that actually, as you saw just now, this does go 360 degrees. Like so. Pretty cool. And there's other things too that this will do, but the main thing is it'll stabilize everything. Ooh, I got a sundog out there. Don't think oh wow, what a sundog. Don't think I can get that on film because it's just barely showing up between a couple of trees out there on a picture. It's not going to look like anything, but that's quite the sundog I'm seeing, which, considering how cold it is and everything else, is not surprising. Anyway, a subscriber of mine made the suggestion that I start doing some live videos from my house here in Minnesota, in Ely. Basically to talk about some of the trips, Boundary Waters and otherwise, that I was on a long time before I started doing the videos. Before I started filming my trips. So I'm considering doing that. I'm not sure when I'm going to start. I guess I'd like to get some feedback on that, whether that's something that would be of general interest or not. I'm thinking possibly doing it Friday evenings. Want to make sure that my viewers this side of the pond can participate, so I don't want to make it too early in the day. Be nice to be able to have my subscribers from England also be able to join in, so I don't want to make it too late either. Because 5 o'clock in the evening here turns out to be about 11 o'clock would turn out to be 11 o'clock for them. So, but anyway, just going to kick around some ideas. I would probably start out talking about my first trips back when I was a rookie. My first trips to the Boundary Waters, that is. Again, with a total of 75 trips, I've got a lot to talk about. I mean, I'm not going to cover every trip because not every trip is is worthy, if you will. But I can think of a few trips I'd like to talk about. I also had some, non-Boundary Waters trips too that would make, I think, could be of interest. And if I could figure out how to actually share photos from my computer at the same time I'm making these talks, and I think that could make it a little bit more interesting yet than just staring at my face, gabbing at you all the time. So anyway, that's something I'm thinking about doing. Of course, if I were to do this on Zoom, then sharing the photos would be no problem, but I don't know how to do that on YouTube. And of course, the fact that I've never done this type of thing on YouTube, I don't know what's capable or, what's possible. So anyway, that's one idea. It won't be every week, I can tell you that. It may be only about once a month. But I'll give an if I do them, then I'll make sure I get an announcement out there early enough that you guys know and can tune in. But anyway, like I said, let me know what you think. Give me your thoughts on the idea, and I'll see if there looks like there's enough interest. I'll make it so sometime. In the meantime, like I said, I've got this winter camping trip video I'm trying to put together. I have started working on it, and as well as doing the photos, I did start editing early parts of the video as well. So I got to finish up the photos, finish up that video. I'm going to talk to Brian a little bit more, see whether we want to go ahead with a combined video or just to, I guess, give us some feedback on that, whether you think combining our videos would be better for you, or whether you'd rather have two distinct videos from two different points of view. In this case, I think just from knowing what he got video of versus what I got video of, I think his video is going to be a lot better than mine. So actually it's kind of in my best interest to go ahead and do this collaborative, but like I said, I think I can piece something together too. So I don't know, would you rather see one video mishmashed together, or would you rather see two different videos from two different points of view? Or maybe you don't care. Maybe you won't even watch either one of them. I don't know. Anyway, enough of that. So I can't think of anything else I want to say in this video other than thanks for staying tuned. Thanks for watching. And hope to see you on trail, no matter what the conditions. Nibby Mox out.